Well, greetings and welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I will be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to attend the after party. In other words, to find the link to attend the after party. And here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. And my friend Jeff Rowley gave me this acronym for SMF, that's Smart Men Flying. So stunthangar.com/smart men flying. That's SMF. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in, just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box, and I'll do my best to make your comments a part of the show. Now, understand, I think you have to have a YouTube account or registration to enter your comments in the chat box or ask your questions. So that might be something you need to take care of. But regarding the chat box, now sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient. I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comment. So be patient. I will get to you. Now the other thing is you can also, if you enjoy and find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts or the many building videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please give us a like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the videos. Also, comments also help. But I'm not on Sparky's channel except for like tonight and Monday. That's the only time. So go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's all one word. Flying Control Line Stunt. All the letters are included, even if you do repeat of a letter. Flying Control Line Stunt. And I haven't set up a video there, but just select the national champion video where I'm flying, and that one that should come up pretty early in the channel. Leave a comment there, and I'll get a notification on my email, so I will get back to you much quickly. Anyways, please do that, and also consider subscribing to our YouTube memberships, which start at not mine, but Sparky's YouTube memberships, this Stunthangar channel on YouTube, which is $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunthangar. Now, with your membership, you will get special badges. I'll be able to see those badges in the YouTube chat, and you get unlimited replay of member-only videos. And once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show for members only. Now, you can also use the super chat, which is located in the bottom of the chat box to make donations. Now, the subscription's a monthly subscription, but the super chat is just bam, you make a contribution, and that's it, one and done, or hopefully you do that often. And I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things that you wouldn't do around your children or grandchildren. Without any other further ado, I'm going to post the link into Stunthangar Forum. Let me find that link, by the way. Let me see, where did that go? I'm using two monitors, and like tonight, things get a little bit mixed up. Here we go. So a new topic. It's there already. I'm posting the link. So now my friends, and that's the only way you're going to get into the show. So please consider joining Stunthangar Forum. It's a great place. It's a great threads on all aspects of control line, flying, building. It's not necessarily all stunt. There is a lot of stunt on there. But hey, good evening. And he says, good evening, Charles. Thank you, Dan. I really enjoyed the show you and Sparky did outside. I think that was your driveway, I imagine. And that was wonderful. It was really impressive. I really enjoyed that. And I really like how you laugh. Your laughter is infectious. And I love how you was just having a good time with Sparky. Let me see what's going on here. Anybody coming in the okay. I'm still getting organized here. Just bear with me. Let's see here. We'll get going here. We get rid of that. Hey, Gary, how are you?
Pretty good.
Great. So what you been up to?
Working on them planes and working on the work. So,
Well, thank you. That's good.
Doing.
Very, very good. Well, I've been working on the red Strega, the one that I have been campaigning for a long time, but I'm really going through it. There's a contest I want to go to later on next month, August 28th. I think it's 28th and 29th. And so I don't really have any other plane that I'd rather compete with at this time. So I'm going to just go through this old gal and just fix her up. And I was hoping to fly today because I had moved the engine back, changed the CG, and I was really anxious, but there was so much work to do, and I just ran out of time. I've been trying to get this thing ready for a couple of weeks now. I did do one quick flight a week or so ago. Hey, Ed. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Hi, Ed.
How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. I was just explaining to Gary and those who are listening that I didn't finish the Strega, so I don't really have any flight report of any sort. And Dan Winship, he says, gotta watch Sparky. Turn my back, and he nailed his finger to the box he was making. Yeah, no, you gotta keep an eye on that guy. You gotta keep an eye on all of us with power tools. I cut my hand, well, actually with a Zona saw. I cut the fat of my thumb. I cut that about 2 weeks ago. I had texted Sparky and told him about it, and told him I used his tip on CA, and it's looking pretty good. I mean, like Sparky said, it's probably not even gonna leave a scar. There's a little bit of a scar right now, but I think it's gonna look. It's not even gonna show up later on. And we have Tim. Now, who is Tim?
Tim Westcott.
Hey, Tim, how's it going?
Pretty good.
I've seen your name all over Stunthangar Forum.
That's because I can't keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. There's a guy in my club. I think his name is Paul, with the same last name as you. And
Paul Westcott. Yeah.
You know him?
I know him through Stunthangar.
Yeah. Now, do you have a camera, Tim? You're not showing us your face. You just have a face for radio or not?
Sorry, I'm a little hard of hearing. Didn't quite hear that.
I was just saying, are you afraid to show us your face? You have a face only for radio, or?
No, it's I'm gonna have to crawl under my desk and unplug this camera and plug it back in again.
Oh, don't worry about that. No worries. I mean, I'm convinced after talking to you, you're not an enemy. You're you're a comrade. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And Tom Rammel, he says, if Mike joins, tell him happy birthday for me. Oh, that's cool. I guess you're talking about Mike Lonke, right? Right, Tom?
Yeah, Facebook says it's his birthday today.
Oh, well, fantastic. Well, if it's his birthday,
He ought to come on.
oh, I don't know. I mean, he has
He might not be on.
Yeah.
his family. They're gonna want to do something with him, but maybe later on, after after he shows his appreciation and all that, you know, from his son and daughter and his wife, he might come in. You know, today, speaking of birthdays, it's been a year that I've been hosting this show. It was about a year ago, actually, the 31st of July last year. Rusty, unfortunately, was feeling tired and weak, and he asked me if I could help him out, if I could maybe start doing this once a week. And you know, I think he wanted to do Friday, and I was going to do Mondays. And then as the week progressed, he said, "Charles, I don't think I can do it, you know, and at all." And so that's kind of how I got started. If anyone's curious, and of course, Sparky's blessing too. Sparky knew me anyways. We had met at Brodax 2016. But that's how I came to do this, and I'm just so surprised and fortunate to been doing this for a year now. I'm just
Time flies.
yeah, time flies, and it's been a blast. I've had a lot of different experiences, you know, surprises, things not working, and you're live, and you don't want to look like you don't know what you're doing, and you know, so it's just trying to be like a duck, where you're smooth on the top of the surface, but you're just kicking like the devil, you know. But no to know that duck is kicking like the devil. But that's kind of how I was trying to do that. Hopefully I did a good job of doing that.
Oh yeah.
And Tom Ramo confirmed that yes, it is Mike Lonke's birthday. Thank you, Tom. Hey, Lynn.
Guys, how's it going?
Early.
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic.
Got home from work, had some dinner, checked out my handle that I finished today. The paint dried perfect. We're good to go.
Oh, fantastic. Well, go ahead and lift it up and show us. I know you're going to show it again and again, but go ahead and lift it this year.
No, this is a little different. This is the real deal. This is the one.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, how did you get the grip? How did you do that?
I just did it with my Dremel with a sanding disc on it.
Okay.
And the outside, it's basically like the Fancher handle, except it's shaped like the Windy handle. And I narrowed it up a little in this area here to just slim it down a bit. So my total weight was 1.9 ounces.
Oh,
Wow.
very nice.
I got to be careful because this handle will fly even without the airplane.
Very, very nice.
On a windy day, it'll be blowing down the runway.
Very, very good. Very good. That's good.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Well, you should. I mean, a lot of you really made that handle from
Well,
just.
I sat and did drawing after drawing after drawing until I got it just the way I wanted it. So we'll see how it works.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I bet. That's pretty light too. 1.9.
I've made a lot of handles, but this is the first hard point I've made.
Oh, okay. All
So
right.
we'll see what happens.
Now, speaking of hard points, do you make your own clips? Do you have the?
Yeah. All I did is I bought a pair of those little round pliers and I just bend them out of piano wire.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So this way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of clips and make them all different lengths so that I get the length I want, because these brackets are not adjustable.
I
That
understand.
way I get the length I want to get the feel I want for the amount of up and down. And then when I get it set, this handle and the lines will stay with that airplane for the life of the plane.
That's right. That's how I do it too.
Yeah.
But now, I think his name was Dick Moran. He had designed a clip bending tool. Are you familiar with that?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, matter of fact, Jim Lee makes it.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to buy one from him then when
Yeah.
I see him, when I get to
And
the
that way
conference.
you can actually continue to replicate the same length.
Yeah.
You can duplicate the same length, and then you can
Oh, that'd be awesome.
incrementally increase it by
Right.
one he sells is a 16th increments, and the other one does 1/32 increments.
Oh, wow.
And
That
I
is
would
so cool.
recommend go ahead and go for the 1/32 increment handle.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm
I
going to
bought
see if
both
I
of
get
them.
one. I'm
I
gonna
bought
see if
both
I
of
can
them.
get one. How much are they roughly?
I don't remember. I bought
Okay.
it several years ago, and
Okay.
I think it's under
That's fine.
$10.
Oh, that's not a big deal. That's fine.
under $10.
I think so. Could
Well,
be
it's-
wrong on that, but
it's kinda
if
heavy.
it's not much over that.
Okay, that's
It's kind of
fine.
heavy, so the shipping is not cheap because it's
No, I'm gonna wait until I get to a contest in the US where I can see Jim Lee and actually buy it from him, hopefully.
okay. Yeah,
Go
you'll
ahead.
like it. I love it.
Okay,
I use it quite a bit.
unless I get impatient, then I'll just order one.
Yeah, I mean, just order a bunch of stuff. You know, he has
Yeah, he has amazing stuff. I should
Yes.
just do that.
so much good stuff. I mean, speaking of the things that I really like and use all the time, and Sparky actually alerted me to them, but those finger drills.
Right.
It's a drill with a knurled end on it where you can
Yeah.
hold it. You know,
Yeah,
we're
and
just
you just
drilling
turn
into
them in.
plywood.
Yeah, they're perfect for
balsa
that.
wood. I mean, it's so easy. You don't need a power tool to drill a hole in our planes.
Yeah, especially if it's a small hole, it's perfect.
And then, we're always tapping in, 440. So I have a
Yeah.
440 tap with a knurled end on it. I could just tap or just kind of clean out the blind nuts.
Wow,
It's-
that's awesome.
And then the nose ring sander. And
Yeah.
I'd recommend get the large, get a big one. I think the last one I got was 2.5 inch. And
Okay.
that is awesome, that tool. I even have he has a tool for, he'll tell you I'm a very good customer of his. I even have it's a prop truer. It's similar to the nose ring sander, but it goes into the
Okay.
prop hole, and then it's make sure that the surfaces are perpendicular. Make sure.
What a great idea. Wow, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, I use that, and then he has a scribe tube, so you can if you want to cut down a prop, you can adjust the diameter of the prop. You just scribe it, and then you can go to the other blade, scribe it, and they're both.
So it's very accurate.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. Wow. He's
I'm
got
just-
some good stuff.
I'm just telling you the things that I have, and of course he has a modified thing for the Prather gauge. The Prather gauge,
Yeah, I have one of those I got from Windy, actually. I actually have
Okay.
the gauge front that I got from Windy. That is
that one
so
part,
cool.
that one part that kind of sloppy. It does not really fit very well. He has a better fitting one.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's
That's awesome.
and if I think of some more, but just check out his catalog. I mean, it's just
Just go online.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see he's got a
I'll have to-
website.
I'll have to find out where to go because I've never done it before.
Yeah, just Google
Jim Lee.
Jim Lee, okay.
Lee
He's
or
on the
Lee
forum.
Machine Shop.
Lee Machine, okay.
Lee Machine Shop, and you'll find it.
Just
And
writing
then,
this down.
Yeah, and then on the chat box, Joe Mata, that's one of our flying buddies, right, Carl?
Yes.
He says, "You're a pro. Thank you very much, Joe." I must be regarding my comment earlier that tonight, it's pretty much almost tomorrow will be our anniversary. I've been here for a year, hosting the show for a year, so I
You've
think
done a
that's-
great job, Charles.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very welcome. Outstanding.
Yep.
I'm doing the best for you guys. I want to represent you guys well, and I want this thing to grow just like Sparky. Sparky, I mean, well, that guy's heart is amazing because you think how much money he's invested in time.
Oh,
I mean,
exactly.
he built that forum. He did all that code by himself, and he didn't even know about
Wow.
computers. I mean, you talk about someone, trying to follow his footsteps and giving back to the hobby. This is how I'm doing it. But anyways, there's a new guy. I don't recognize his name. Eric Westland. He says, "Everyone, I have to mute your mic, Carl. You're making a lot of noise, man." All right. Anyways, Eric Westland says, "Anyone know of a source for tongue mufflers or similar for vintage 60s Vico engines?" Brodak has a pretty good selection of tongue mufflers. Lately, when I checked, they're out of stock of a lot of them, but that would be one source.
Doesn't Jim Lee make them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Lee makes some tongue mufflers too.
RSM has them, or had them. I don't know what they still do. It's been a while since I've been on the site.
And Smith from Smith, what is it, Arrow Works, or whatever it is, in Georgia.
Oh, Randy
Randy
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that website called? Is it Arrow Pro? What's it called?
Yeah, Arrow something.
Thought it was Aerosmith.
Let me see.
I think it's Aero Products or something.
Yeah, yeah,
probably
that's
right.
what, that sounds it. I was trying to see if I could.
Check out Randy Smith's website, Eric Westland. We'll figure it out. I think Ed Carlisle is right. Aero Products. Google that, and that he has some really nice stuff. And then, better yet, Eric, just go to Stunthangar Forum and look in the vendors section.
Yeah, he's in there.
RSM has them.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
find
RSM.
RSM, you'll find Randy Smith. I don't know if Brodak has a link in there or not, but those are the three places I would check. And then
Depending on what size you need, if you need like 51 to 60 size, I just buy the Dubro bar. I buy a bar of exhaust stack and cut my own and just make them.
Yeah, I have one of those too. I found one of those at that one guy, you probably never met him, I don't know, but there's this one the Smith's Hobby Shop. The guy is in the van. I mean, his hobby shop.
I know that guy. He came to Brodax one time. He's got tons of stuff. He's the guy who never stops talking.
Tons of stuff. I met him the first time at VSC in
Right.
2020, and that's where I bought that. I hadn't seen that Dubro tongue muffler material in forever.
Right.
And I bought quite a few things. I had even the for your starter, for your the starter, that battery case, if you want to. You had that, which you can't find anymore. I
Right.
bought one of those cases to put the batteries.
He's got all kinds of stuff in that van loaded in there. It's unbelievable.
And he doesn't update the prices, so some of that old stuff is still old prices.
I bought a pile of windy control horns off him, and they were cheap. It was unbelievable.
Yes. So he's in his van traveling to contest to contest.
Yeah. They're beautiful 1/8 inch horns with the big heavy duty uprights. They were awesome. I couldn't get over it.
Yeah. Let me say hi to Jim. Hey Jim, thanks for coming in.
Hey Charlie, how you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Hey Jim.
And how are you doing? You doing better?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say better. Ask me in a year.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope it all turns out good. Well, I don't see any of the suspects that I usually am looking for. What were you looking for, Ed? Were you looking for exhaust stacks?
There's a guy, Eric Westland. He says, anyone know of a source for tongue mufflers or similar for vintage 60s Vico engines?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys gave him the right info. One of those three places ought to have it.
Hey, was Vico made by K&B?
The Vico,
There was some kind of affiliation there, I think, but I'm not exactly sure what.
You might be able to go to K&B Manufacturing, which is now Mega or Mega.
Vico.
And they carry mufflers for the old vintage K&B and Vico engines, maybe.
Hey, that's a good tip, Carl. Thank you very much. That's a great source, Eric. I hope you heard that. And then Walter Umlin, he says, hi, guys. I ran into a few issues with med changes, but I'm still on the mend. I'm really missing being active. I hope all you guys are doing well. Thank you for
Awesome.
wishes for us. And of course, Walter, we're hoping and believing and praying for your complete recovery and getting active again. And something goes on to say, happy first year anniversary. You're doing great. Thank you. Thank you, Walter. What he's talking about, I don't know if you heard, Jim, but this has been a year tomorrow since I started doing Stunthangar video hangouts. And unfortunately, it was to the decline of Rusty's health, but it's been then later on, Rusty passed away, unfortunately. But that's how I came into doing this. It's been a year. Anyways, thank you very much, Walter. And we are back. So has anybody done any flying or anything? I meant to do some flying today, but I did not make it out there. Even I told Carl I was trying to get out there, but I didn't make it. And Joe knows that. But I didn't make it out there today.
So you didn't get your Strega done well enough to fly today?
Right. I have a lot of work to do, and I'm trying to, I don't want to just do something quick and dirty and then not be happy with it. I want it to be done right so that I can just fly and fly and fly and fly. It's a contest. Speaking of contests, the Knights of the Round Circle, they're having a contest August 28th and 29th. I don't think I printed the flyer, but that's out here in California in South El Monte, which is a park called Whittier Narrows, which Sparky's well aware of. Sparky used to fly there, as a matter of fact.
With the lockdown, you may not be able to get there from here.
Yeah, I don't know. I spoke to Walter, not Walter, spoke to Warren Walker a couple of days ago, and it's looking good. Yeah, and I know with this kind of stuff that's going on, yeah, it could change. But I'm hoping we can get back to some semblance of competing. I haven't been to a contest since VSC of 2020, so it's been too long for me. But I'm hoping to go to Ruben and Stephen McBride's contest in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Challenge, and that's November 8th and 9th, I believe, in Vegas. And now anywhere in the United States, you should be able to get to that contest. And let us know. I know Stephen and Ruben have some airplanes. They have one already or two already dedicated for Mike Lonke and Sam. So if you can fly into Las Vegas and with your family or your wife, you could have a great little time with your wife and go to a contest. I'm taking my whole gang. I'm taking my wife and kids. That's the plan is up to Vegas.
Wow.
A lot to do in Vegas. And so I'm really looking forward to the trip with my family and competing. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the Golden State Stunt Championship. The Golden State Stunt Championship is October, I think, 23rd, 24th, I think. And then the next month, in the beginning of the month, is the Las Vegas Challenge. And they're both pretty far away. I don't know if I have enough nickels to do both of those.
We all have the same issue.
Yeah.
And I've never been to Las Vegas Challenge, and I feel so bad because Ruben and Stephen have been wonderful to me. Matter of fact, Ruben gave me a white, what I refer to as my white Strega, minus the engine, the kit that he built. He gave that to me, and I kept going to Golden State, and then when his contest came around, I go, I can't really afford to go to the contest. He's, I know. So I'm just going to go to, for sure, Las Vegas Challenge. Anybody out there who would like to fly with me and have fun and with everybody else, come on out to Las Vegas. I think it's going to be a blast. I know the guys from Arizona, some of them have told Ruben told me that they're not going to Golden State because it's too far, and they're going to go to the Las Vegas Challenge instead. So we're going to have Lou Walgas, Larry Ringer, most of the guys, Jim Hoffman, are going to come from Arizona to the Las Vegas.
What dates are those, Charles?
6th, 7th, and 8th.
The 8th and 9th for the Vegas Challenge. Let me see if I can find the brochure.
Yeah, it'd be tough for me because we're having the King Orange. We're going to host that in October, late October.
Yeah, that would be tough. Yeah,
and then we've got Huntersville's having a contest. So we're kind of co-mingled contest. We're coordinated, so some guys can come from up north and hit both contests over a couple of weeks. Lonke's doing that.
Yeah, Mike Lonke's going to come to the Las Vegas Challenge, as a matter of fact. So
well, he'll probably just be mostly flying, but he's got a pretty big contest budget, if you know what I mean, with Sam.
Yeah.
Sam likes to go everywhere.
Yeah, but you know, Sam, I mean, Mike hustles too. I mean, I admire Mike. He hustles. He makes.
He's a hard worker, man.
Yeah, he hustles. He makes some extra money hustling. And not in a bad way, but he just, well, you know, sells
That's
engines,
right.
sells
He
stuff.
moves stuff around. And that's
Yeah.
all good.
He's
Yeah.
he knows
Good
how
for the
to,
hobby.
yeah, so he's able to do a lot. So that's why that's partly why.
Most definitely.
Anyways, to answer your question, the Las Vegas Challenge is, you're right, John. It's November 6th and 7th. And there's another contest out here in California. It's called the Meet and Meet. The last meet is MEAT, so it's Meet and Meet. I guess I don't know what they do.
Barbecue.
That's where the famous fox hurl is.
That's
also.
right. The Fox Hurl.
They have a big barbecue or something there too, don't they?
They do.
I've never been to this one, but it's September 25th and 26th. And then we have the Golden State Stunt Championship, which I don't think I'm going to make that. That's October 23rd and 24th.
And then you got the Northwest Regionals.
And when's that?
Rush wins
Yeah,
the
you're
Northwest
leaving out the
Regionals.
regional.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, Howard.
Hey,
Just
Howard.
off the top of your head, Howard, you know when the Northwest Regionals are?
Labor Day weekend,
Yep.
Saturday, well, Friday through Sunday.
I've heard they've got a Virgin EC for stunt though, so I'm not sure if it's a good place to go.
They have a what?
What's an EC?
Event coordinator. I'm running stunt at the regionals.
Well, that sounds like Kimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fix and a half, ain't it?
Paul Walker, when we thought we were having the regionals in the spring, Paul Walker sent out and said, "Will you judge?" And I said, "Whatever you need, Paul." And then he had to pull out, and it's like, well, I did say whatever you need. So
Yeah.
I don't know who's talking there.
That's Tim Westcott.
Oh,
yeah, my camera is on the fritz, so you just
okay.
have to
I just
trust
saw
that
Tim
I'm-
there.
Hey, Tim.
Who's Tim?
Mr. Tut. He's Mr. Tut.
And then we have Peter. Thanks for coming in, Peter. And thank you coming in, Carl. I don't know if I acknowledged you earlier, but thank you, Carl. And thank you, Peter. And let me turn my attention back to the chat box before it gets away from me. Mark Lumen says, "Hey guys, may log on in a bit. Going through some light chemo for some skin cancer and well, his face is burnt up." He said, basically. Do you have some show and tell? Just organizing some photos. Mark, if you can organize some photos, that'd be wonderful. Thank you very much. I got to get together.
And wear a mask.
I got to. I have a lot of photos from when I went to Brodax. I have a bunch of photos from that. I need to make a slide presentation on that. And I got
You know the date of the next one in 2022? I know they're having one, but I don't know the dates.
I can give you a pretty good guess. It would be the week before Father's Day.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact dates, but that's the week that it will be, I would almost bet.
So
They
that's
may
what-
have it posted on the regular Stunthangar forum.
Okay. It'll be somewhere around June then, right? Is that Father's Day's in June?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a Brodax, Ed?
I have not.
Oh, you are in for a
And you know,
a
where
good
I'm
time.
located, it's fairly close. One of the guys, well, a couple of the guys in our club go. John Saunders, he goes, and
oh, John Saunders, he's a great guy.
yeah, he's in our club. He goes.
So you're a Philly Flyer.
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
I thought
Cumberland control liners. We're in
Okay.
South Jersey.
Okay.
But he flies there, and he flies in Salem, and flies
Okay.
in Philly. So,
Okay.
but now he goes every he's
He
been going
does.
every year.
He's a great guy.
And
Yeah,
it's-
I met John when I went there in 2016.
yeah, he's helped me a lot, since I got back into it. But,
You come to Brodax, you'll have the time of your life.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can manage that, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway this year.
Awesome.
I'm going to try to. I think it's like a 3-hour or 3.5-hour ride from where I'm at. So
That's not bad. I'm doing 7+.
yeah.
I'm doing like.
Yeah, we're
26.
16 when we go.
I'm doing like 26
Florida.
hours to get there.
Oh my gosh, John. Oh, that's a killer.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty far for me. I actually flew there when I went. Yeah.
Charles, if you drove there, you'd be older.
I know. I would. That was a good one.
Oh man.
That was the funnest contest. I mean, it's like to me, it reminded me of a pool party.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
But it's model airplanes. I mean,
a pool party with no pool.
yeah. I mean,
Well, if it rains,
the atmosphere is like a big pool party.
There used to be a pool. They took it out. No kidding. I swear it's the truth.
Oh, I mean,
Brodax used to have a pool.
Well, they have a pool in the backyard, in their backyard.
Well, I don't know if they still do. They used to have it. I guess they still do.
Yeah, they just have it fenced off. It's I remember
Okay.
seeing it.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it was still there, but we wasn't able to swim in there.
No. Pool party. With no
Can you imagine?
pool.
That would have been really something.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh
That would've been
man,
great.
that would have been so. But that place is so much fun as it is. You don't even need a pool.
Who needs a pool?
Who needs a pool there?
Hey, I gotta get up early. Hey, Howard, did you and Tim ever get together with Tom about the TUT units?
I sent Tom an email and I never heard a response.
Okay. Yeah, because he was saying that he hadn't heard back from you, so I'm not sure what's happening there.
Well, part of the reason I got on today was to say what I just said in hopes that maybe it's sitting in a spam folder of his.
Yeah. Tom usually gets on here at some time. But he said he was good with the whole thing, and he's a real experienced engineer, does a lot of surface mount stuff, so he should be able to help you. What I'll do is I'll call Tom tomorrow, if he doesn't reach out to me. And tell
Yeah,
me
I sent him something, let's see, last Saturday.
Okay. Well, somebody's in here. Maybe if Tom comes in later, they can tell him that you sent him an email and he needs to check his spam folder and stuff.
Yep.
You know, Tim, I think Tom said he did get it. He was just out of town. He was traveling when you sent the email.
Oh, okay.
And then
That's fine.
he did try to reach out to you, but I forgot what happened when he reached out to you. But
I think he said he didn't have where he was at. He didn't have internet or something.
oh, is that what it was? I don't remember, but he
think
did
so,
receive
yeah.
it. So he was just out of town.
But anyway, we'll get you guys together, and because I got a couple of Howard's Vicus units that are sitting out there looking pretty,
All right.
but they don't do much by themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jim said they were worthless, but he didn't really know what they did. I see, for what he paid for, it wasn't worth reading the instructions. So,
Oh yeah, I got instructions, and it is worth something. It tells you whether you're fully charged or if you're in some state of discharge.
there you are.
So it is good for something, but it's a lot better if it has the TUT.
Yeah, you gotta have a cut.
And I know Howard wants some more TUTs. he doesn't want to have to brag. He's the only one in the world that has any.
Actually, yeah, I'd like to get some for Orestes.
Okay, yeah. Well, we can get Tom to make us some, so we'll get some of them out there. I've had somebody else ask me as well about the tight units if we get some.
Well,
We'll get it together.
you sound like you want to be a middleman in this operation.
A middleman?
Yeah.
Well, I don't necessarily have to be a middleman. I just want to be able to have access to them somewhere.
Yeah.
So that if somebody asks me for one, I know where to go get one. I don't
Pardon
care
me.
about.
I have a couple of comments from Tom, so let me interrupt. Tom said, I sent a response to Tim, and then he goes on to say, have Tim send me the Gerber files and programming files and part lists.
Okay. I'll do that. So he's, I'll give him my Google Mail too, because sometimes I get my email through a weird little company that sometimes people can't send stuff to me. So.
Hey, Tryon, thanks for coming in.
Hey,
Hey, Tryon.
gentlemen.
Yeah, Howard, I don't really care whether I'm a middleman or not. I'm not looking to sell them. But if somebody asks me for one, I'd like to know where I can go get them. That's all.
And he's back again.
That Romanian guy.
Oh, not that guy again. That
Yeah.
awful guy.
Well, before I go, Train, while you're here, you still making some progress on your stuff? Your take aparts?
Yeah, I made some designs.
Okay, good deal.
I kind of have it locked in right now. I know what I want to have,
Okay.
what I want to do.
All right, that's good. Well, I want to call it night, fellas. I got to get up early and go sell some stuff tomorrow.
Okay.
Selling my old radio transmitter so I can buy me a new one while it's still worth something. Besides, I had some of those old ones, 72 megahertz. I couldn't give them away. I couldn't pay people to take them.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta sell stuff off to pay for those touch.
Yeah,
That's
everybody.
right.
Yeah,
That's a
everybody's
That's a lot of
using
mush.
2.4 now.
I didn't throw mine away. I gave them away.
Carlos, Pete's got his hand up.
Go ahead, Peter.
All right, I've been searching around in this total mess that I have here. And this is my work area. I could not find my hinge sliding tool. So this is a nifty little trick that you can do when you're running into a similar situation as I have. I went and I made myself a hinge sliding tool. What I have here is, regular hacksaw blade. And what I did, you see what I did with the hacksaw blade right there?
Yeah, let me change the view here.
And the teeth run in this direction. And I ground it down so I got a nice point. Nice thing about it is the thickness of it is just about the exact thickness of one of the nylon hinges, or the brass shims that you put in for your control horns.
Right.
And you just grind it down to a point like that, and this will dig out a nice little. Once you got a center, it'll dig out a nice little hinge slot. Works real well in an emergency.
Mm.
It certainly works better than just a plain X-Acto blade.
Good idea.
So now I'm going to go over there and I'm going to attack the Pathfinder LE with this nifty, handy dandy homemade tool. And when you turn around and you lose something in a mess, you ultimately end up finding something. John, remember when I told you I could not find the plans to the Pathfinder LE?
Yeah.
While digging around, guess what? I found the full-size plans.
Very good.
For the Pathfinder. All righty, that's my little contribution for the moment.
Thank you very much, Peter. We have a guy in the chat box, Gordon Hayden. He says, "Good day, folks. Great to see and hear you all." Well, thank you, Gordon. Thanks for coming in.
Look at how many of us are chewing on something.
Good. It's good when we're all chewing, we aren't talking. It's perfect.
Yeah, you can get a word in edgewise, right?
That's right.
You guys.
Well, I gotta go, fellas.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks for coming in.
Good night.
Yeah, no problem. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. How many did we lose? One or two?
One.
Right now, we have 16 concurrent viewers and we have 10 likes. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please hit the thumbs up button. That helps the channel. And consider joining our YouTube memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month. That's less than 17 cents a day. And it helps spark you out.
Chewing on peanuts and everyone's like a little bit of a husk and it gets down the wrong tube.
That'll get you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, John?
Yeah.
I printed your Vegas plans this week. They're all ready to go. I just need you to send me a PM with your address and so forth so I can mail the stuff out to you.
Okay.
When you get around to it. Send me a PM and I'll send you that book and the plans.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
What size is the Vega wingspan?
The Vegas? Hang on, I'll check.
It's probably around 670 squares.
Oh, it's a nice size plane.
Well, I had my fun on Thursday. I went up to the VA. It was my turn at in there for being checked over for cancer, skin cancer. They did four biopsies and froze off about 10 more. So far I'm in good shape. They'll let me know what happens with the biopsies here pretty soon.
Oh,
I think my problem is when I was on active duty in the Navy, I was exposed as a blue water sailor to Agent Orange out in the Gulf, and I think that's one of the reasons. I got three reasons that because I've had over 200 skin cancers removed off my arms, my neck, my top of my head, and all of that, and so I have to keep an eye on it.
Hey, John, what do you mean by the blue water sailor?
Well, there was a blue water sailor is one that's out in the open ocean. A brown water sailor were the PT boats in the Mekong Delta.
Okay, I just mixed the connection of how you got sick from the blue water sailor.
Well, they thought for years that a blue water sailor could not have been exposed to Agent Orange, but then they found that a lot of us out in the Gulf, they'd spray Agent Orange somewhere, and the wind would come up and blow it out over the water, and it'd fall down on us out there in the blue water. So anyway, that's non-aviation, except that it was dispersed by aircraft.
Right. Yeah. When I was in the service, I just never heard that term before, so I'm just curious.
John, it's 53 inches.
Okay.
What's the square inches on it?
564.
Boy, how's that off? About 100 square inches. It's a beautiful
If I can show
airplane.
you a little bit of what we got going on here. I don't know if you can see any of that.
Flip it to your left. There you go. Back off a little bit.
At the right height.
Up a little. There you go.
Ooh, that's good looking.
That's pretty.
Is that a Steve Busso plane?
Yeah.
No, is it?
Yeah. It's the.
Oh my
Vegas.
God. I mean, just that style just screams at me. Steve
That's awesome,
Busso.
eh? Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Vegas. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It looks a
Oh.
lot like a Trivial Pursuit.
Oh my God, it's a Vegas. I wanted to build one of those a while ago. A long while ago.
That's a pretty cool airplane.
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's
Yes,
gorgeous.
sir. I agree. You know, it's interesting because I pulled the plans out when John told me about it or when we were talking about it, and then I couldn't stop looking at them.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice ship.
And it's looks like basically it's like an SV.
Yeah, it's very close.
But
Very
this
deep
is
fuselage for a smaller type airplane.
What motor does it call out for?
Magnum 40 GP.
oh, so it's 2x40 size. So it's like a still it's SV11 size-ish plane. Is it SV11 or somewhere between Vector?
Well, it's
and
only
SV?
53-inch span, so it's not very big.
Oh, okay.
More of a 35 to 40 size.
I don't think a 35 would do it, but a 40 would.
Magnum 36X will.
Well, that will, yes, yes,
Or an Aero Tiger.
for sure. Those aren't really 35s in my world. I'm talking about Fox 35 or OS 35 stunt. I'm talking old 35. But yeah, those motors will definitely pull it. Yeah, it's a cool airplane.
I have a comment in the chat box by Control Line Precision Aerobatics. He says Steve Busso's work is amazing.
Yes, it is.
Steve does civil engineering drafting and that. He may have been a civil engineer. I'm not sure, but he is a master at the old pre.
Pre-computer stuff.
Yeah, pre-computer drafting styles.
Yes.
The problem with a lot of computer drafting is the guys that are doing it don't fully understand how to get line weights and stuff like that correct.
Okay.
And so they tend to look like all the lines are all one size, you know.
True.
And they don't look right.
I'm doing my paint job in a CAD first
Mm.
to make sure lines are parallel and all that stuff, and then I save it as a PDF file to send it to the vinyl cutter.
Okay.
I like doing that too, trying that. That works out so well to, you know, make your patterns and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Get it ready. Everything fits and
Mm-hmm.
yep. I think Howard would ask some questions about that. Did you ever get all the questions answered, Howard?
Yeah, I got a vinyl cutter that takes my files, so now I can send files to the vinyl cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Super.
So far, I've only used it to make trip strips for for wings, but
Yeah, the program that came with my vinyl cutter, it's for drawing lines and stuff like that, and making like a pattern. It's just absolutely worthless. The only thing I find it good for is maybe making some letters and stuff like that for a stencil.
yeah.
And typing something, but other than that, it's just so bad.
What's the name of it? Do you remember?
What I'm using? Vinyl Master.
Vinyl Master. Yeah,
which is not really a master.
Had my choice between Vinyl Master and Sure Cuts a Lot.
Yes.
and sure cuts a lot. Takes DXF files, so you're in business.
Oh, I see. Vinyl Master only takes PDF files.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have a converter on my computer with from that converts the DXFs to PDFs, and that's
Yeah.
how I get the job done. But you know, just like I think something like that should be built in anything, just to import DWG, DXF files. You know, some of the basic shit.
But if you got it working, you're in business.
Yeah, I mean it works fine. I
It's
just
no big deal.
Mhm.
I had, well, when I take stuff to the sign shop, I had all sorts of horrible things happen. And whenever you go to a sign shop, next airplane, they're not in business anymore. Of course, I guess I'm too long between airplanes.
Yeah, but you know, those vinyl cutters are not really expensive. You can pick one up for, you know, not, you know, comes with everything that you need for about $300-400,
Yeah, yeah.
and including some, you know, vinyl to play with and stuff like that.
I didn't get my vinyl to play with. I got cheated.
No, actually, this is not mine. This is actually Mark McKinney's, but he donated it for the cause. Besides that, he's not using it anyway, so I'm gonna be the main user of the thing. What you got there?
What do I have here?
Oh, is it the carbon looking thing? Oh, is the back of your laptop or something like that? No, you just moved in your hand.
That's that thing. That's the back of a laptop. I'm trying to fix my 3D printer as we.
Yeah, I thought you showed like you were showing like you had like
No.
a wing or something like that over there. Something like this.
Very similar.
Yeah, it is fake carbon fiber, but it's not flyable.
That new wing, Trent?
No, this is an old one that I made. So yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
This whole panel like this, like what you see here.
Yeah.
And has hinges, flaps, everything, and the lead outs installed. It's about 135 grams.
Wow.
And that's with the clear coat on top of it for the surface. It's ridiculous. And on this one in particular, I've added some ribs inside. I'm not sure if you can see them.
Oh yeah, sure do.
Yeah,
very good.
Cool.
And that's the Kevlar hinges that are for the span, or little cutouts.
Yeah, that's what I use always. Kevlar hinges. I'm never gonna put like regular pin hinges in my planes again. What for? I mean, it complicates things for nothing. I mean, the Kevlar just it's pretty loose to begin with, and then gets better and better in time. So a pin hinge is gonna be stiffer and stiffer in time.
And they deteriorate.
Like I said, it's stiffer and stiffer, and they just and then you have to maybe even tape the hinge light because you have you need some gap seal or something like that. So with this, I don't have to do anything. So why bother with that?
Yeah, if you have full span Kevlar, I mean that's already sealed.
Yeah, not much to worry about. So yeah, and even when I fly the plane, I don't think I use much of any deflection in it. I think maybe if I use 10 degrees of deflection on the controls in a square, that's about it. And I only have 30 degrees of travel on this thing.
That's plenty.
Yeah.
You don't need any more than that.
What do you use for an airfoil, Trent?
I think it's just the NACA. 18.
A 4-digit?
Yeah. I think I have 18 on a root and 16 on a tip.
That's certainly a pretty decent airfoil for just about any kind of use.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's like, how can I put this? You know, I flew SV 12, the Intrepids, and SV 11s and the Stregas, you know. So those planes are now no slouches, right?
Right.
And they don't hold a candle to this plane. So obviously works.
It's my opinion. I think I voiced it last week or last time we were on here. Most important thing, Howard will correct me if I'm wrong on this. The most important thing is the first half of the airfoil, leading edge to the high point. That's really not half of it, but that's where most of the things that we want to have happen. Is that right, Howard?
Yep, I think so.
And what happens after that? Iger has determined that you need a little curve in from the high point back to the flap hinge line, and that's about it. Anything that does that, and a NACA 4-digit does that. The Brickhouse's Legacy uses a NACA 4-digit 18%, I think it is.
Yeah, I think mine was widened at the trailing edge. But here's something I was pondering about. So, okay, I'm gonna make just a little drawing here. Yeah, my ugly drawings.
Hey, Walter, thanks for coming in.
No, it's not good.
Hey, Charles, I enjoyed watching you fly your plane the other day.
Oh, which
on YouTube.
video? Which one was that?
I just ran into it. You were straight.
Oh, the Strega?
Yeah.
You probably have.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Walter. Appreciate that.
So here's something that I was thinking about saying.
Let me change the view. There you go, Ryan.
Take this off.
Make him big, would you, Charles?
All right, so
Box will get big.
So can you see this?
Yeah.
If you have a little bit like, looks like a reflex in here where the flaps is, then when you deflect the flaps, have a nice clean flow of the air at high speed on the top of the wing. So I think that's kind of you see that?
Yeah.
So I kind of like this kind of layout, you know. And I think that's
like
maybe that's
Igor.
what Igor is looking for, to have this bump in here. So when he deflects the flaps, you know, the flow of air is nice and smooth, and it doesn't stall the flying surface over here on the trailing edge.
Well, I noticed you just have a small flap deflection shown there, and actually that's, in my opinion, most people use too much flap deflection. 27 to 32, 33 degrees is more than enough.
Yeah, and I bet if you put a camera on board of the plane, and I'd be interested to see maybe Howard puts a camera on the board of the plane when he flies the pattern and puts a video on to see how much deflection you actually get out of the things. And when I see some of those composite planes that have the flaps in the elevator, they go like almost 90 degrees. And I'm looking, I'm like they're never going to get anywhere past 20.
Yeah, they're not using it.
We put a camera on Paul Walker's airplane, looked at his flaps, and
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
it wasn't calibrated, but I have a video. It's too big to post. I guess that there's a way of processing it.
You know what? You can, if you have it on your computer, you can share it with us.
Oh,
So where is
You can just open it on your computer and start playing it, hit pause. And then when you do share a screen, you can select share an application.
I'm not on a computer. This is an iPad. Which doesn't have memory for it.
Which one?
Okay, but maybe some other time. Well, I'd be so curious to see what actually happens.
I'm curious too. I've instrumented the new airplane, but the wing went bad, so it'll be a while before I can fly it.
Yeah.
There was an article out of Australia where a fellow built a plane that he could adjust the flap in the elevator throws all the way from 0 to
Puzzle piece again.
way up there. And he found that he got his best flying out of 7 degrees flaps and about 20 degrees or so of elevator.
Yep. I don't know exactly what ratio do I have with mine. I don't have it with me, but it was set up something with a much less flaps and more elevator. So actually, I was going to add a tiny bit more elevator on it after the last flights, but you know, that was that.
What happened?
Well, you know what happened.
I know, I'm teasing.
So
I saw a video. I think it was one of Shug Emery's videos, and he has the camera on the airplane. You can see how little deflection he's actually using to do the stunt pattern.
Yeah. And everybody's insisting, looking like to move like 30 degrees, 40 degrees on them. I was like, what? You know, you never get there. Even if you single line it because of the pressure that's on the control surface, you know. So the idea is that at maximum pressure, you put all the tension in one line, right? So you're to deflect the bell crank, right?
Okay.
But what happens when you deflect the flaps pushes back, right? Until those two forces balance out. And that's the maximum flaps deflection you'll ever get. I mean, you cannot get any more than that. But if you get to that point, you know, and you can see people, especially beginners, when they start flying and they do a loop, you know, they just stall the plane so badly in a loop, you know. It's almost like
because they're cranking on it, exactly.
Yeah, it's an act of bravery. But as you start to fly, you finesse it more and more and more till you give it just enough, right?
Yeah.
And and once you get to that point, I think if you put the camera, you may see in a loop maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that, deflection for a loop, you know, to create a loop, 1/8 of an inch on the elevator. And
because that's all it takes to make it smooth.
Yeah, it's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now that all depends on the setup of the plane as well, you know. If you have nose heavy, probably gonna see more than that. If you have a tail heavy, probably less than that. But I think on an average setup.
When I was a kid, we used to set up our ringmasters, and we were just kids, so we thought that if we had the elevator went 90 degrees, it was going to really turn fast, you know.
No shit.
We were sure that it was going to be the fastest turning ringmaster, and they just stalled.
Yeah,
they just stalled, and we had a very twitchy, touchy airplane because the controls were so fast.
Yeah, slam up and down like a toilet seat.
I had a similar problem, but in the other direction. You know, the plane was turning so fast that physically my eyes could not keep up with it. I mean, you could do it. I mean, you could do it. I mean, I did not lack corner at all. I mean, I had so much. On this plane, I have so much that I have to tone it down. And the funny thing is, I put a video over there of the one I share with you guys, and somebody said, "Oh, so you set it up to turn fast, right?" And I'm going like, "This is the detuned version." I mean, you have to get your hands on it to really realize that, or and me to crank it up to see what it's really possible. But it gets to the point, and it's not stalling. That's the trick of it. It's the plane would not stall at all, but it would turn so fast that I can't keep up with it.
Wow.
That's a good problem to have, I guess.
Very good problem to have.
Paul Walker gifted me with his Atlantis when he downsized his house, and it doesn't turn faster than I can see, but if I turn that thing too fast in a square corner, it gets so much induced drag that it just slows down. So I mean, it definitely turns way faster than you want. Because I could slam a corner on that and make it look like it's an absolute, old rules corner. And first it stops in the air, and second it's almost impossible to get the exit right.
Yep. See, on my plane, I never have the problem because it's so it's much cleaner aerodynamic, and I use a lot less deflection on everything, and it carries the momentum so easily. It penetrates very well. So I'll have to do. I don't think if I stalled it one time. I mean, I can do. Let's put it this way: I can do a square 8 in a space of maybe less than 20 degrees of elevation, and you see a square 8. I mean, you see it. You see it turning and stopping. On each corner, on each side. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
It is really, really ridiculous in the air. And after that, I could probably just finish the square and jump in an hourglass out of it. I mean, it's just really can care less.
Amazing.
Insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that is because of the system, the control system I have inside the plane. It's easy to do that. It's very easy to fly. And yeah. Okay, I'll shut up.
Wish I would have had a chance to have flown it, but we left Friday, unfortunately. I would have flown it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta jump off. It's been nice talking to you.
Hey, thanks, Tim. Thanks for coming in. It's your first time, and hopefully you'll come back again. We appreciate you coming in.
Hey, take care, Tim. Good night.
All right, bye-bye. Bye all.
And let me catch up on the chat box. Marcel Legrand, he says, evening, everyone from New Zealand. Good evening, Marcel.
Good evening, Marcel.
And
New
Walter,
Zealand.
what are you working on, Walter? Walter, you working on that Tom Dixon?
Yeah, I'm shaving off the tail end here, and take some of these the edges here. So to finish this, I'm going to it onto this. And like I said, plenty of brush hairs in here, but I can't wait to get in the air. So the quality of my finished job isn't quite there, but I'm anxious to get back in the air. So, and I still want to thank Mike. He really reached out when I went to the Nationals for the first time, and thank you, Mike. Nashville Mike, that's what I call it.
No, it's Detroit Mike. It's Detroit Mike.
Detroit? No.
I am Detroit Combat Team, Detroit, 100% born and bred. I'm a Nashville transplant.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been here almost 20 years, but I don't consider myself a Nashvilleian. I consider myself still Detroit. So, but I'm glad you brought my name up. I had my hand up there for a while. I was wanting to bust in here. Howard, can you hear me, buddy? I want to thank you. I got the emails you sent me. Yeah. I got the Excel spreadsheet, and I got the other email on the electric info, the setup for electrics. I haven't had a chance to go through any of that. I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. I did get it, but I was on vacation with my family for a week.
Yeah, I knew you were.
Yeah, we just got back and basically just got unloaded and been doing laundry and putting crap away all day long. So just getting used to home life again after a week in a camper. So, but I did get that stuff. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for everyone who reached out to me on Facebook with the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. 54 today.
It's pretty old.
Not technically for another 40 minutes.
All right.
'Cause I looked at the time, so technically I'm still 53 for 40 more minutes.
All right. Happy birthday, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. And
Money for your dear life.
yeah, right. Yeah, Tryon, thanks for the phone call. I appreciate it. We've been in here listening. I've been here with my buddy Chris, the big giant linebacker guy that you've seen in here from time to time. We've been listening. And Charles, I heard you talking about Las Vegas. I am a go for Las Vegas. Yeah, that's going to happen. Wifey said, okay. She said she has to decide on a gambling budget for me. Notice she didn't say control line flying budget. So we got to talk about how much money you're allowed to take. There's going to be a budget there. But Ruben's going to hook me up with an Intrepid with a Rojet 67. I plan on getting there Thursday so that I can fly it Friday, get a bunch of flights on it. They offered up a plane for Samuel, but unfortunately, Sam's not going to be able to make that trip with me. He'll have he's going to have to miss school for Canton, King Orange, and Huntersville. So he can't, Mama's not going to let him miss any more school, especially to go to Las Vegas. So, and I kind of want that to be just a me time vacation, you know. But the other good news is just in the last hour, this guy is going to Vegas with me.
Really?
My neighbor, he's coming with me, and we're going to get him checked out. He's never flown control line. He flies a bunch of RC, and I've been talking about getting him flying control line forever. Since he's going to Vegas, I'm going to get him checked out on some of our junkie stuff, and hopefully if they have skill classes there, we can get him at least flying the beginner pattern, which I'm sure they got skill classes in Vegas, right? They're flying all pampered stuff. So I don't think we got 12 weeks to teach this guy how to fly control line. And I'm pretty sure I can teach him 5 maneuvers in the beginner flight program so that he can come and fly too. So
Good stuff.
yeah, I'll just have to check with Ruben, and I don't think he's going to get the airplane Sam was going to fly because that one was pretty nice. Ruben's going to have a little crappier airplane for Chris, I think, but I'm sure we can work that out. So very excited if that happens. If my buddy Chris can come with me and he can fly control line there, that'll be good. And I think he'll be a good student and learn pretty quick because he's a pretty adept RC pilot. He flies a lot of RC, so I think the learning curve should be short.
Yeah, I think so too. Hey, Gordon Hayden wants to wish you happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you, Gordon. I appreciate that. So what else has been going on with you knuckleheads? I missed the last 2 shows. I tried to watch last Friday and Monday, but the internet, we basically had no internet where we were at, so it was hard to see anything that was happening.
Whoops.
Well, I've been working on my Strega, Mike. I've just been modifying it, working on it, and I was hoping to go flying today, but I ran out of time. Even though I made a valiant effort, I started Wednesday night when I got off work. I started working on it, worked on it until like 2 in the morning, and then I worked on it most of yesterday. Then I just ran out of steam, and I was just too tired to do anything for sleep deprivation. So I was trying to push it to get it to fly Friday, but I just couldn't make it. And I wanted to do a good job. I didn't want to butcher it up and go out the field with it. I wanted to make it look good and do everything right. And
it happens. Sometimes you gotta just not force it and take another day or pick another weekend to go. You know.
Right.
I get it. Sometimes I get tired of doing all this stuff, especially doing it for 2 people. You know.
Exactly. It's a lot of work.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
well, Len, you
Get it.
know.
I
You
know
know.
it. It's
Yeah.
huge amounts. So I've been on vacation for 2 years because we haven't been to any contests. It's been real nice.
Right. And as my buddy Chris just said, now I'm going to be doing it for 3.
3.
I gotta
Oh my God.
take this guy on and show him the ropes, and I'm sure I'll be repairing stuff for him.
Hey, you know how this works, right? You know what you tell them. It's all good until you beat me once. Then you're on your own. That's it. You beat me once, and that's the end of it.
Well, wait a minute. Sam beat me in El Dorado this May,
He's out. He's done.
and he's been beating me in combat for a year, and I'm still working on his.
Well, notice why you're going to stunt more often now, eh? You know that the future is not bright for combat for you at this point.
Yeah, he's going to be another year older in a few minutes.
Well, what I see happening in combat, especially because we just set up all those F2D airplanes that Ronnie gave us. We just hung motors on 6 airplanes and got 6 F2D motors and 6 airplanes ready to go. And since Sam is going to be taking the dive into that, I see myself flying less speed limit, half A, and fast, and kind of us dedicating more time to him flying F2D combat and putting our focus there. So my combat dreams may be put on the back burner for a little while, but that's why I made the other decision to kind of move into stunt a little more, and take next year off of combat and try to fly stunt at the Nats. And so we're just gonna have a little shift here for a little bit, And
Hey, Mike, your best friends are going to be a glove, CA, and baking soda.
well, I know. Well, and I see 2 more big boxes of airplanes coming from Russia here in our future. Ronnie gave us 8 airplanes to get us started, but realistically, by the time the 2023 team trials comes around, because that's the first opportunity he'll have to get on the team for F2D, is for the 24 world champs. But by 23, I see us getting at least 2 boxes of F2D combat planes. So I see 2 boxes of 10 in our future,
Wow.
8 airplanes that Ronnie gave, even though they're all brand new and they're nice, 8 airplanes ain't going to get us where we got to go. So there's another $1,200 worth of airplanes going to be headed our way probably in the next year or so.
I'll tell you, if I was one of those old FAI guys, F2D guys, I'd be shaking right now.
I don't know. There's some talent out there.
I know. But when Sam comes into his own, he's going to eat some of those guys. It's just going to happen.
That's my hope. That's my hope, man. Young blood.
Think about it. He's getting stronger and better. They're getting older and slower. So where's this going?
The bell curve's going to cross at some point.
Yeah, I mean that's my hope. Is that he's definitely got the reflexes, and he sees the picture out there, man. He's real good at seeing what's happening, and
if he keeps at it, imagine how well he'll see the picture when he's about 16 or 17. They won't have a chance.
Well, I'm gonna have to fly some better guys in here to practice with them, because he's just gonna be so bad all the time. He's gonna be, Dad, I'm not really getting good practice because you're no good.
No, that's exactly what he's gonna tell you. That's coming. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's gonna say, Daddy, can we buy Ron Colombo a plane ticket to come down for the weekend and fly with us? Because
him and Lou Scavone and a few others.
Somebody, can Brad come down, or can we get the McKenzie brothers down here?
You're gonna have to do what Mike Wilcox does and go to Ukraine about 4 times a year, fly in contests there.
Oh my gosh, is that what Mike does?
So that's what he did.
Oh
He
wow,
got good too.
Are we talking about Mike or Russ?
Mike.
Mike, okay, yeah.
Emo,
yeah, Emo.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
You might want to remind your son that you taught him everything he knows, but you didn't teach him everything that you know. correct?
No, I taught him everything I know. He's already better than me. Yeah. No, he's
That's a big
got it.
mistake.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that much, so I didn't teach him that much. He needs to fly with other people to get better. You know, he's only going to be better than me. He's got to be better than other people. So he's got to get out there and fly other people.
Yeah.
Work it up the ladder.
I saw a video of a Russian kid that's flying combat, right? The FAA combat, and he was flying combat against this other guy that was like twice his size. I mean, seriously. It's just the kid is here, the other guy is like, you're like.
Yeah, well, Sam doesn't have that problem because he's tall. I mean, Sam's over 5 foot now, so you know he's not. It's not like he's 6 and 4 foot tall. He's over 5 foot, so that's not an issue. Problem is he's so skinny, and I'm worried. You know, some of them Eastern European guys, they get pretty aggressive in the circle, man, when they're flying F2D. There's a lot of, I don't want to say dirty flying, but there's a lot of, it's physical, it's aggressive. You know,
He'll be fine.
It's
Contact
aggressive.
combat.
Yeah,
He'll learn. He'll only get pushed once or twice. He'll learn.
yeah. Well, that's my hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Only once or twice, and then
Yeah.
you don't
So
have to
Charles,
worry about it
I'm still waiting on a contest flyer. Is that posted somewhere, like the info for the Vegas thing? Because I really need to figure out the hotel. I'm waiting until I see the hotel information before I pull the trigger on a plane ticket and a car and all that. I
No
did get
hotel
your email.
information posted yet, but I have the flyer. I can email you the flyer that I have.
Can
But
you do
it
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have any hotel information yet.
Oh, it doesn't. Not yet. I think he said something about the Marriott or something like that.
That's what Ruben said, the Marriott.
Okay. All right. Anybody else here going to that? John, you're going to be there, right? Howard, you're going to be there too. Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
I hope so.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man. We have a kind of a mini
Usually Mary Lou
Stunthangar
said
night.
after Madeira, Mary Lou says that's it for the year, but the year's starting late this year, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. You get an extra one, right? You get an extra. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Are we still streaming right now, Charles?
We are still streaming. What time is
Okay.
it? 8:17. Yeah, we're still
Right.
streaming.
Well, I'll wait for my comment to Howard, John, and you till the streaming stops.
All right.
Because we are going to be in Vegas, man.
That's gonna be great, man. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
So I'll keep it family friendly as long as the stream is still going.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Guys,
What?
at the rate we're going, we may never have another contest here again. And we may never go to another contest again.
What's this junk about Mac not accepting
Oh,
AMA?
that's what I was just going to bring up. Here's the deal. MAC apparently, which is our governing body, like your AMA, has decided that they will not cover American flyers coming over here to fly.
That's going to kill you at the bean field, man.
Unless you have a valid MAC license. And it is just nonsense. Absolutely nonsense.
A valid
How-
what?
A valid MAC license, which is the
Canadian.
same as an AMA
version.
license in the US.
Yeah. What?
And now
how
my
much-
question is, and I believe that it's going to be the same when we come there. I'm going to have an AMA license to fly in the US. So this is.
Well, I don't think AMA is going to put the hammer on you. It's Mac putting the hammer on Americans.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know.
but there's no reason why MAC or America. From what I gather, the whole thing is broken down, and we're the problem, not you guys. From what I gather, that's all.
How much is a Mac license, Len?
It's roughly $100 a year. I don't
100.
know exactly. So
$100.
Canadian. It's 100 Canadian. So.
Well, that would definitely stop, I think, most of the Detroit guys from going over there for 2 times a year, you know?
Oh, exactly. It's just it's bullshit is what it is. So I don't know how it's going to all come down the pipe, how it's going to break down, but it's not pretty right now. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Len, how would this work? How would this work, Len? All you guys join the AMA and then they'll sanction the ones that in Canada, and we'll all just have a big happy family.
Yeah,
Very-
I'm good. I'm good with that. I have no problem with that. I'm not impressed with Mac right now. Sorry, I'm just not. There may be some Canadian people listening. I really don't care. I'm not happy with Mac.
Howard, do you get, a bunch of you guys go to a Canadian contest up there in the Pacific Northwest, or is it the Canadians
Yeah.
coming to what? You go to contests in Canada?
Yes.
So apparently when you come here, you will not be insured. They will not, your AMA license will mean nothing. So it's just
Well-
bullshit. It's all bullshit. So I don't know, there's talk about, the last I heard, they're talking about something separate for control line and free flight, but it hasn't come down the pipe yet. We'll see. We'll wait and see.
You want to go after the big bucks? That's RC.
You know, they make it sound like it's just going to be for RC, but I don't see any way in which they're going to go around it and say, okay, well, you know, we won't cover the RC guys, but we'll cover the control line and free flight guys. That's not going to work either. It's either all or nothing.
Yeah, because everybody's gonna go discrimination.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not pretty right now. It's a real ugly mess, and I don't know how it's going to break down. But I'm not too worried. If I want to come to the U.S. and fly, when we can actually go to the U.S., I will just get an AMA license. I don't give a damn.
And how do they reason that one?
I don't know. I haven't got into all the details on it yet, but it's got something to do with Canada's new rules based on whatever. I don't know if it's got to do with COVID or what it's got to do with, but I haven't got into the details at this point.
Well, they've shut the border down. Did they reopen it?
Not for us. We can't come there.
Maybe that's an issue.
Most definitely. Like as of the 7th of August, you guys can come here if you have the proper things in place, but we still can't go over there. And the way COVID's going now, who knows? I mean, they're talking different places, lockdowns again and fourth wave and all kinds of crap. So who knows?
You guys should go to Prairie Fire this weekend in Alberta.
This weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yep.
Prairie Fire in Alberta. We can't go.
Tomorrow.
You can't go?
Oh,
No.
no, we can't go.
No, I didn't think so. No surprises there. It's a mess. Needless to say, it's a big mess right now. I haven't flown in a model airplane contest now since September of 2019.
Long
In a
time.
long time.
Longer than me. Yeah, my
Yeah.
last contest was March of 2020.
Okay. So not a heck of a lot longer then. A few months. But we're just gonna have to see what happens.
Yep.
I just found out about a correction on what I thought the airfoil was that Norm Whittle used. I thought he used an Epler. I think it was a 169 or 189, something like that. Couldn't find out it wasn't. It was an SD 8020. And then I found out more about the Selig Donovan, I think Selig Donovan airfoils, was they were designed for low, what is it? What do they call it? R numbers or whatever? Reynolds numbers. And so it fits right in for a model airplanes. So I just looked it up. It's a nice looking airfoil. It's a very thin airfoil as it's presented, but I made it up to 16%, and it's a very attractive airfoil. I can show it if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Hang with me. I'll go ahead and do it. You guys go ahead and go on.
You gotta make me yawn, Lynn. It's Friday night.
Oh man, it's Friday night. I work today and I got to
Friday night.
work all day tomorrow. I'm not impressed. I had 4 or 5 days off, but now they're nailing me this weekend because see, it's the long weekend, and it's a long weekend here, and so it's just crazy. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Let me change the view. Hang on. Let me
And that has a bit of a curve at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well,
I don't see
how
it yet.
how thick is it?
Got a nice entry too.
How thick is it?
Right now it's at 16%, which you want to know how thick it is. I don't have my scale on there. So I can't tell you exactly how thick it is, other than it's 16%.
I like it.
Oh, let's see, there's some stuff down at the bottom. Oh, that's,
Is each station an inch on that drawing?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, so talking about airfoils and shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
concrete foil.
a NACA
So-
airfoil. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Mike. Marcel
Yeah.
says happy birthday from all of us here in New Zealand.
Thank you, Marcel, and thank you for the Facebook post too. I appreciate it. You know, I'm curious, is his name Marseille or is it Mark?
Oh, that's a great question. I've been saying Marcel, but I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's Marcel. I don't know how you say that.
Okay. I was curious too, because I think there's a little apostrophe in there and it sounds French to me. So
It
I
is.
I was curious if we were saying it the right way, if he's like Marcel Marceau, like that guy, you know?
He goes by both on his Facebook. He's got
Yeah,
one
I
one
just
at
hate to,
Marcel and one at Marseille.
I hate to be calling him the wrong name when we're on the live chat all the time, you know? So maybe he could, if he's watching, he could type it phonetically and teach us dumb Americans if we're saying it correctly or not.
I think there's the Howard. I mean, I think there's the thickness of this particular one, 875, and I don't know exactly how long it is. Let's see if I can find how long.
8-inch cord, it says.
Read that. This is how.
Okay, 8-inch cord, 0.875, 7/8 of an inch.
Mute my mic.
16%.
I'll look it up. See if I can find it.
Did you guys ever see how I made a glider wing for a discus launch glider?
Don't remember it.
It's a completely different style of building up a wing. And that wing came up just a little bit heavier than a composite one, than that people usually do, right? So the way I built that wing is I didn't use much of balsa anyways. I used 64 plywood for it. And the technique was that you have, you take the skins and you apply them on the top of the table, and you draw where the in the skins you can have the cutout windows for the lightning holes, right? So the idea behind it was that you use the skin as a spar, and you use some shear webs, and that's it. That's your wing, and the skins are made out of 164 ply. The way I build the wing, I actually I didn't cut just the ribs of the balsa. I also cut some footers that were just right underneath them, right? So they can sit on top of them and match, like a matching pedestals for them, for a better explanation. So what I've done, I built on a flat table, I put these pedestals right on top of it, top of the table, and just glue them in place. Then you can make geodesic, whatever kind of wing you want to have, right? And on top of the pedestal with double stick tape, I put the 164 plywood sheet, which would form and do the bottom side of the wing, basically. and then you take and after that you can put now if you're really fanatic, I mean, you can put it like a 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch spar over there, if you want to put something in there, or maybe even a 1/16 by 1/4 inch wide spar over there, so you can sneak a piece of carbon fiber between the skin and that spar itself, right? Just for a little bit extra, stiffness in that direction. And so what you do, you lay out the skin on this like negatives kind of thing, right? With double stick tape. You put the ribs in place. If you want to use a spar, just use a spar, and then you put the top skin as well, and some shear webs in between them. And that wing is super stiff, very light, easy to make. I mean, you can build a wing like that. I mean, in a session like this, like we have right now here, where you can probably build a whole wing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an idea, and you can make a geodesic wing if you want to.
What is the advantage of this geodesic wing over a wing that has straight ribs as opposed to crossing them? What's the advantage of the geodesic wing?
Well, there are a couple of advantages to it. Number one, it's lighter. Number two is going to give you a better torsional stiffness.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. And I think that's the number one reason for which they do it. But since we are so fanatic about weight on anything, then we put that as a number one, I guess.
Okay.
But you use fewer ribs and well, it's not exactly, I don't think it's actually ideal for aerodynamics point of view, because you have this sagging stuff on the larger areas.
Yeah. I agree. That's what I got in my airplane, and it makes this horrible noise doing outside loops.
Okay.
A noisy airplane, huh, Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My red Strega is noisy. You can hear the piano wire going through the hinges, just kind of vibrating.
Wow.
I gotta get I gotta get Charles on a wild side with the Kevlar hinges.
Yeah.
You know what? Remember when I showed you guys the Kevlar hinge that I put on a what was it, the Prowler?
Yes.
Actually, yeah. four or five hinges, but the space between the leading edge of the flaps and the trailing edge of the wing.
Yeah.
It's you can measure it. It's about it's the thickness of a playing card.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's not much over there. I mean, even if you put a bunch of Kevlar hinges like that, and you just work them out a little bit, and they get looser and looser, and in time, they're gonna get just better.
Right.
The only problem that I've seen with that is if you like
wire.
The only problem I've seen with that is if you like to remove your flaps for some reason. That's why you put.
Why would you want to do that?
Because I can bend I can bend my flap horn without having a tear out from the flap horn going through the wood and flaps. So I take the flaps off and I bend the flap horn.
I think a lot of people, including Wendy, used to put some kind of a plywood job in there.
Yeah.
I do that. I put plywood plates over top of the over top of where the hinge parts go over. It's like if my flap is a 1/4 inch thick, I take the 1/4 inch flap and I sand a 1/16 off of each side, and then I drill my 1/8 hole for the control horn to go through the middle. So therefore it's braced on both sides.
Oh, very good.
Then you can do it even simpler than that. You can just have like a plate that's like this with a little slit in it, so the flaps go in between.
Right.
Just like that, right?
Just doesn't give you much surface if you just glue that on the end of the flap.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm not done. So what you do is you take this plate and you just plate it on left and right with say 1/64 or 1/32 plywood, and you put the grain vertical, right?
Right.
So this will not split apart. It's gonna stay like that, nice and stiff, right?
Right.
And it's a block, and the control horn is just gonna slip in that pocket inside there. And because it's so strong, and you just take this assembly, just glue it on the end of your flaps. And when you bend it, just make sure you hold on that section, which is gonna be right against the root. I mean, you don't wanna hold the flaps here. You wanna go exactly where the horns are.
Right.
And if you want to, you can make a tool for that. Just make a tool like this, right? And put some kind of I don't know, hard rubber on it or something like that, so you don't damage the paint job. And
Right.
you go with a tool in there. Just
Yeah, that's a good idea.
put it on the flaps and bend away. But that being said, I think just bending the flap horn is just probably the worst way to do it. Having something that's adjustable over there, it's even better.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the adjustable system that Paul Walker innovated. That's pretty cool with the ball link screwdriver. You put in the side of the fuselage and you
Tweak
can
it up
adjust
or down. Yeah.
Yeah, has adjustable ball links. That's pretty cool, that system.
I kind of like the idea that if you have something that comes from the side of the fuselage and is going to work, that's kind of the idea that I followed when I made my adjustable system, because my flaps are, but the bias it's adjustable on it. And the way I solved that, I have just basically two plates, right, like this, and they just pivot like this on left and right. And obviously the flaps horn is in this axis over here, right?
Right.
And here I have a drill and tap on one side and a slot on the other side. So they can, I have a single screw, loosen up, move, tighten down. It's much lighter, and it's, I think anybody can do that. Then well, the other ones, anybody can do it too, right? But I think the advantage of the other system is that it's very easy to fine tune it.
Yeah.
Just torque it a half of a turn or something like that, and there you got, there you go. You have it, right?
Do you have any images of it on Stunthangar, or?
I think I do in Revolution's thread.
Okay, I'll check it out then.
Yeah. Mine is very simple, just like I have a control horn like this, that on the back side has a block. I can go grab some. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, good. Great. I'd like to see it. I like Bob McDonald's system too.
I was just about to say that. He has a system. I don't know anything about it, but I know it's very simple to use once you get it set up in your airplane. So I would like to see how that works too. Let's see if I can
that one
obtain
kind of
that.
seems to use two different flap horn uprights.
Yeah.
Where one moves and the other one doesn't.
Okay, is that what he does?
That's what Bob. I think that's Bob McDonald's system.
Yeah. I want to look into that, because I've started realizing in the last year or so, the more things that you can have adjustable, as long as they aren't going to fail, it's better. It's better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's better, because you know what? So often I build an airplane, I think it's perfectly straight. I think I got everything aligned. No shit, Sherlock. It's not good enough.
Yeah. It takes a while for me to figure that out.
Yeah, and then here I am. And here I am down in the basement in the shop, sweating my ass off, trying to figure out how to fix it. This is just the story of my life, and I don't like it anymore.
I heard a lot of guys put all kinds of adjustment stuff in there, and then they never used it.
That's what I was
better to have that than have to need it,
you
not have it.
You add all this extra weight and put hatches in there and all this crap so you can get in there, and then they never do anything with it.
But just build one without all that crap on it and see how much.
You'll need it so bad you'll wish you had every bloody thing on the market.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Charles, you wanna make me big?
Let me change the view. I think you're big on my computer. Let me see here.
You're big enough already.
You're big.
Big in my world.
Big. Not like the other system. It's different.
Okay, let's have a look here.
So this is my system. From the exterior, looks like a standard bell crank, right?
Right.
Yeah.
The
Control
only
horn,
thing
yeah.
is that actually this is, I'm not sure if you can see it.
Can you move more to your right, Tryon? Thank you.
Do you see the adjustment here?
Yeah, I do.
Damn, is that ever sexy?
I can't see it. I always got somebody's head in the way.
That's phenomenal.
So actually there are 2 rods in here.
Yeah.
Okay. And the front rod is just a pivot point. And you can see that the screw that locks it in on the side, that's where the adjustment takes place.
That
So
is so
give me a
cool.
second. I'll show you something here. Here you go. I'm just going to take this apart for you guys, just for you.
Just for us?
Just for us.
Just for you, man.
Look at this. This is phenomenal.
So you think you can make that, Lynn, or not?
Not in a big hurry.
So you see, this is the pin, right? And you can see the screw in there. And look at this other side.
Yeah. Wow. So it's totally, so you can adjust it. Wow.
So you can make those and sell them, Tran?
I mean, this could be like, just, yeah, but you can also make it like a couple of plates of steel, if you want to.
You make those,
sure.
I'll take a dozen of them.
Yep.
Think you're going to build a dozen more airplanes?
I hope so.
I hope you do too, John.
So the way this works in my plane is that I take this end and I just slide it through the from the outside of the plane through the bushing, through the guide bushing.
Yeah.
Or let me back it off a little bit. I have 2 Delrin bushings that are glued inside the fuselage, right?
Yeah.
And when I glue them, I take 1 long rod that goes through both of them, right? So I put them so they stay aligned, so they don't stay like this, like that, or in some kind of funny direction, right? So they're perfectly aligned, right?
Yeah.
And then I take one of these legs and I just slide it through, right?
Yeah.
And then I can put I can put this on, and it has a set screw over there. You see the set screw?
Tighten it up. Exactly.
Yeah, this is just to tighten up on the rod, and the rod has a little flat on that end.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I cannot do it with my bare hands. I have to go get a tool right now, but I didn't think about it.
I know what you mean.
So
a driver. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you see the flat? You see the flat there?
I see the flat. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's actually a flat that this guy's is going right on the flat in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't rotate in time or something like that.
No, exactly. Wow.
All right. So I start with this side first. I just slide things through the bushing. I put it through this guy and let it proud a little bit.
Yeah.
See that?
Right, see that.
It just proud a little bit, right? And I just lock this screw in place. So now this is locked in, right?
Right.
And then I come with this other side, and I come with this and slide it back in. I put this guy on it, and I just assemble them like this, like that, and you just rotate until you align them like this.
And so that other screw, when it goes in, it has enough adjustment that you can change it if you need to.
Yeah, and I think I have ±5 degrees on it, which is way more than
enough. Yeah, see, that's right.
Yeah.
Damn, is that ever
I like
good?
that a lot better than trying to bend the flat.
Damn straight. Holy crap, is that good? My God.
Ryan, I'd buy 12 too.
Tryon, you should be working for NASA or something. Holy crap.
I tried to make something like that. Mine didn't work. It was a bad design.
Yeah, Wendy tried it a couple of times. He couldn't make it work with a crap either. But that is just unbelievable. Holy geez.
Yeah, well, the tolerances on this whole thing are much tighter, and I also made sure that I qualify this flat on flat surface. So
Yeah.
what I've done is I took a very skin cut on top of it just to dust it off, and I drilled the holes at the same time in the machine, so they are perfectly perpendicular on each other. Right. Now, that's why I said, the system that Paul Walker and I think Howard is using and stuff like that from the outside, it's more practical because it's more user friendly for everybody, right?
Right.
Otherwise, you probably want me to make you one of these guys,
Yeah, I saw something you had like 10 years ago that was the two control horns coming down.
Isn't that Bob McDonald's design?
No, this is Triumph. I thought that was pretty cool. I think we talked about it.
Oh, okay.
A long time ago.
Yeah, but I don't remember it. But that being said, this is actually a Windy idea.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Windy
did it on Miss Ashley, I think, the first time.
And then he did a different one that was a little more different on Novanta. He changed it a little bit, and he kept modifying it and changing them.
Yeah. But this is basically, I took his idea for this one because it's what I like about it is that when it sits inside the fuselage, you should come with a screwdriver from this direction perpendicular on the fuselage.
Yeah.
So in the fuselage, you have just a little tiny hole, just you can reach it in.
Yeah.
What I don't like about it is that when you tighten up and put some torque to it, it likes to move a little bit. That's why I've added this washer in here.
Okay.
And I think that was my mistake because I just put the screw and the screw is going against the aluminum.
Yeah,
and
then it
as soon as
moves
I put the washer, is no longer an issue.
Okay.
So it's whatever you put it, you set it and you tighten it down, and it's good to go. It usually stays there.
That is so cool.
Yeah, this is and I've done some things for this plane because of I don't have a straight hinge line, especially on the elevator.
Okay.
My elevator has a 5-degree dihedral, and if you look from the top, it's 5-degree backwards too. In addition to that.
Oh, oh my God.
So
I don't even want to try and
back there has to accommodate for that.
I don't want to try and figure that out. That's just
actually I haven't done anything different. My elevator has a very similar system of two rods that come in together, on the same straight alignment, but in my elevator I have like a lucky box, right?
Okay.
So
wow.
And the lucky box, actually, what I've done to it, if you look at it, it's not a flat on flat, right? It's not a flat on flat. Actually, I have a lot of clearance, and then right at the back of the,
of the box, yeah.
Just right at the back of it, where this tip of it is engages, right? Yeah. Just on this surface here, on the very back of it, actually, I have a kind of like, if you look at like it's like a round surface on one side, round on the other side, and the wire goes in between them.
Okay. Wow.
So because of that,
good idea.
Because of that, you don't really care to be in a hinge line alignment. You can be behind it a little bit.
Okay.
And that kind of works. And actually, I'm not sure if you can see it here. You guys see that?
Good night, all.
Hey, good night, Walter. Thanks for coming in.
Walter.
What is it? You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those bumps?
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's where this guy comes in place, because my system actually goes like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you can see here it's not in a hinge line, it's just a little bit behind it.
Yeah.
This point here. It's not in the center of the hinge line, just shifted back.
No, not at all. It's behind. Okay.
Yeah, it's right in the pocket here. So So when you look from the top, you just see that.
That is
Where's that?
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So, so actually, see, it's the same system here.
Yeah. Wow. Very
Same
impressive.
system and the same wire, basically. The wire goes like this.
Huh.
Very nice. That captures the wire perfectly.
Yeah, and it doesn't have play.
No.
Even if it has play in time, you know, you can put a little piece of Scotch tape on the top of the wire.
Right. Nice.
But
Nice, Tryon.
there are a lot of details in this plane. Lots of details like this.
No doubt. Holy crap. I'm just amazed.
I showed you how quickly I take the lines on and off when I take it apart. Because I have, you know, it's like it's a pin in here, and the lines go on a pin like this, right?
Right.
So the lines go like on a pin, right?
Okay.
And then I have a plate that kind of swivels over, bam, and it stops over there.
Wow.
And the way I made that work is that if you look,
Do you not have lead outs on this airplane?
Huh?
No lead outs on this airplane?
What do you mean by that?
Well, the lines, do the lines go right through the wing or do they just come to the lead outs?
They come to the lead outs.
Okay, all right. That's all
Yeah.
I need to know.
But
Okay.
when I put the wing on, I attach the lead outs.
Right, okay, I get you. All right.
The bell crank. Yeah.
Right, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what I've done over there is you have like two surfaces that kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a ball on one side that sticks up a little bit. The head sticks up a little bit. And on this surface, on the bottom of this surface, I have like a slope like this. Like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If it makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you go on one side, the ball is here, right? If you go on the other side, the ball is underneath here.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So it stays in position without moving.
Wow.
Wherever you set it. But it has only two positions. Open, and so you open it and stays open, right?
Yeah.
And
once
you can
it's
remove
closed,
the lead
it's
outs.
locked in, yeah.
It's locked open, yeah.
Exactly.
And you put the leads out and it locks closed.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's locked
And there's
open
no
or locked
tools.
closed. That's
And
so
there's
cool.
no tools. You just use my finger. Click. It snaps open and drop the lead outs, close it in.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's
It's interesting to sit at the feet of a master.
Huh?
Oh,
I just gave you a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's so far ahead of anything I do. I mean, I'm building model airplanes like it's 1975 still. I need to wake up. That's how I feel. Like, I mean, here I am sitting down in the basement wrapping lead outs and, you know, putting a little bit of glue on them and doing dumbass shit like that. And it's like, holy cow, this guy here, he's got it all figured out. He's way ahead of our time. We're still building stuff like it's 1985 or 1975. We'll never catch them. Wow.
Well, yeah. I was, you know.
But it's how your mind works. See, your
of,
mind works like that. Your mind sees the way you want to make this stuff. And we don't see any of that. We only see the results of what you're doing. It's like, wow. It just blows my mind. I look at it and go, holy cow, how come I couldn't think of something like that? It makes so much logical sense. It's unbelievable.
Well, but you know, it's like you just have to set a goal where you want to go, what you want to accomplish, and come up with as many ideas as you can.
Until you find one you really like and then go for it.
And you find one that you really like, and you're probably going to find that it has some problems with it, right?
Yeah,
and you just fine tune it from there on. But you know, just it's start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I think it helps to be a machinist too.
Well, true. Like my dad was a machinist and a tool and die maker. I wish he was still around because you know what? he could think this way and he would understand this so clearly. It'd be like night and day for him, but for me, because I've never done anything like that, you know, using a set of micrometers is a challenge for me because I never had to do it. I never learned it when I was younger. I'm learning it now a little bit, but you know, it's all foreign to me. It's so new. It's like by the time I learn it, I'll be too old.
That's, you know, it's not hard to do it, you know.
No, it's not hard.
Yeah.
it's different. It's different.
And when you machine something like this, even on a Bridgeport or whatever you have,
yeah,
you can still, I mean, heck, you can do this on a Bridgeport easy. This piece here, you can do it in a Bridgeport. You just buy a block of material which is already square, right?
Right.
And you can hack off the end, you know, and then take an end mill, put in a vise, right? And come with an end mill down. You slice it over, pick it up, bring it over, you know, bring it down. So that makes your two ends. And then you find your center. You come back here and just put a hole over there. Make another smaller hole here for the tap, and then take the end mill and just cut the surface. So now I have a flat surface, two holes. One is tapped. Big oop-de-doo. I mean, just no big deal. I mean, think about it.
Makes total sense to me. And you know what? Again, I wish my old man was still here.
It just takes, you know what it takes when you do machining like this? Close your eyes and look at your block and you say,
visualize
how can I do it? If I put in a vise like this, can I do this? What can I do? I can do this and that and that and that and that. And you come with a plan, right?
Yeah.
And
that's the machinist in you talking. Most of us don't have that skill.
Yeah, like I have no clue. Like I don't even, not to be mean or anything like that, or I don't want to seem like I'm uneducated or anything, but I don't even know what an end mill is. I have no idea. I don't.
I can draw a set of
nothing
plans.
to me.
I can draw a set of plans either by hand or by computer.
That's right.
But figuring out what you just figured out takes me a lot of time if I ever get it right.
I mean, if I was going to try and make that control horn, which I would do, I would cut a piece of aluminum with a hacksaw, file it down square and measure it accurately, then drill holes in it, tap it out. I know how to use a tap, you know, and put the bolts and stuff in, but the other stuff's just foreign to me. Like it's just, it loses me because I don't know how to use those. Yeah, because I don't know how to use those tools.
Isn't that a good clue, Howard? Drill the holes first.
Yeah, good idea.
That's always the best way.
Yeah, otherwise you're working with a piece that's way too small and you can't drill the holes. I get it. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
It's easier to hold on to a big block.
Well, think about it. I mean, you can make this easily.
I can make that. I know I could make that, but it would take me. It would take you an hour or two to probably make something like that. It'll take me a week to make it.
I see.
That's the difference. It's a lot more hard work for me to get to that than for you because you're used to doing that. I don't do it. I can get there, but it's going to be hard work for me.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed.
Now this is but this is a specialized piece because if you look at it, this is my flap horn. Notice how many holes I have in it.
Yeah, I see one.
Because there is only one.
Okay.
Because my system is meant to go from the bell crank through my my expo to the flaps, and from the bell crank through the other expo directly to the elevator.
So in a straight line, the whole thing?
Yeah, I don't have a flaps to the elevator.
Okay, so you don't have a separate rod.
Yeah.
He's got a takeoff for his flap and his takeoff to go back to the elevator on his bell crank.
Okay, I see what you mean. I get you. Okay. I get it. Wow. And both off the same hole?
Not necessarily.
Well, then it would change the amount of throw.
Exactly. You can dial in the amount of throw you want. And then you build it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand. Cool.
Now I was talking to Warren Walker, and he was talking about Bob Palmer's skyscraper.
Yeah.
I guess he had a push rod from the flap horn to the elevator, then the elevator back to the flap. Do you remember
A lot
that?
of the old timers did that, and that corrected their geometry for them, so that they, because going all the way back to the elevator, it's all pretty much a straight shot. That's why they set the height of where the center line of the wing and the center line of the stab and elevator. They
Right.
set it so that'd be a straight line back.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
coming forward to the platform, there's very little rise or lift. And depending on where they put that hole for the elevator back to the platform, they were pretty much straight on. And so they didn't have a reason to need to correct the geometry because it was already pretty darn close to begin with.
Okay,
So this is my bell crank.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is just a raw bell crank. You can see the pins on which I
Put the lead outs and so
put the
forth.
lead outs.
Yeah.
There's a little, this is where I put my ball, and that's a threaded for a 440 screw, right?
Okay.
So the thing that swivels goes back and forth. It's held with this one 440 screw, but
Okay.
I don't tighten it down because there's a spring between the screw head and that white piece.
All right.
Okay. So it has a little bit of springiness to it, just enough, right?
Yeah.
To go over the ball on the both sides. So so obviously this is swivels like that,
is
right?
so friggin' cool. Holy
Okay.
crap.
And this is the arm actually. This is the arm that receives it. So you see that?
Oh man, ball bearings and everything.
So
Oh.
so this is a bronze bushing. That's a ball bearing that sits on a special plate. And I'm not sure if you see here, you see the dovetail in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh.
And the lock on this side
Yeah.
that rides on this surface.
Right. Uh-huh.
So I have a little bit of angle on both ends, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that piece.
Holy cow. I'm in bedrock.
Oh,
And it was like the Fred Flintstone.
Hey, Wilma.
Yeah, I'm still in bedrock, folks. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I know.
Holy cow.
I'm like Barney right next to you, pal. You're
Yeah,
Fred.
Barney and Fred.
so what happens here is
Hey, Tryon,
it's
we're gonna
actually
start
this
calling you the
motion.
Great Kazoo.
So this is actually what happens, right?
Wow. Oh,
So this is what gives me the expo, right?
yeah. I see what you're
Now,
saying.
the cool part of this whole thing is that you see how many holes I have on the side?
It's adjustable fully.
Yeah, so I can put this bearing anywhere I want to, from here all the way to the bottom, all the way to the back. Now,
Holy
on the
cow.
opposite side of this bearing, on this side here, I have the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And this is where my push rod goes. And again, my push rod can slide in and out.
Oh man.
So I can get, I can fine tune how much expo I have by moving the bearing in and out. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
And actually, I'm pretty much maxed out right now. Okay. It's almost close to the, in flight, my flight controls right now are pretty much like this.
Okay. Wow.
I'm very close to the edge of it, almost at the bottom. And actually, I'm to, as you can see, this is gonna hit the it hits the bushing here.
Yeah.
But I'm almost maxed out on my settings right now. So imagine around the neutral, you can move this a lot, but this arm is just gonna move barely, just very little, right?
Yeah.
So it's very docile, very calm around the center.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just fly it nice. But as soon as this turns a little bit more, the acceleration at which the arm moves, it's exponentially faster. It speeds up.
Oh, yeah.
So
Gary, wake up.
Yeah, he's
So-
missing it.
He's
I
missing it.
put him to sleep.
Oh, he was asleep before that.
He really missed it.
Yeah, he was. He was asleep before that.
So this is the system that I have, but the thing is, like, I have a dual arm. I have an arm on the bottom underneath the bell crank, and I have another one like this on top of it.
Right. And so one goes to the elevator, one goes to the flap, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
That's why this is a special piece. It has only one hole.
Yeah, I get it now.
Now I can, and the idea for it was that I can adjust my elevator and flaps throw
Any way you want it.
any way you want it. You
Exactly.
1-to-1, 2-to-1, whatever.
1.5 to
you wanna have.
1.5, whatever. Wow.
You pick it, right?
Exactly.
And then I also put the bearing in here, which is adjustable to get a better feel. And you know, pretty much anybody that flies the plane and actually had tried it out, stuff like that. I only had rave reviews about this, but I mean, think about this the machining that has to be done to make this.
Unfriggin' real.
I mean, it's like a motor.
I could never make that. Never.
It's like building a motor.
Yeah, exactly. But you're doing that with every part of the airplane. It's unfriggin' real. I don't know how you do it. That's just unreal. Now I know why you can't build one of those airplanes cheap. Ever.
Yeah.
Just
So these are the
crazy.
locks. You see them?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Like I used to tell Tryon, I think he's cheating.
The machining this guy's doing to build these parts is unreal.
Yes, it's not a fair fight. It's not a fair contest.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Hey, you know what?
Okay,
Hey,
I'm not.
yeah, we know you're not. So,
I hope
but yeah, it's just amazing what he has going for him.
I hope you don't get a lot of practice time.
Well,
I know.
I might get some more practice time now, and you know, it's just I'm having some plans. I'm not sure if they're going to come through or not, but I think by the end of this coming month, September or so, I might have an answer.
Okay.
And if all is,
I know.
What do you know?
Yeah, what do you know?
I don't know. It's top secret. It's Tryan's secret to tell.
I might go and go to the Worlds for the Romanian team.
Oh, that'd be
Outstanding.
All right. Cool. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, Philip Bailey wishes you a happy birthday.
Thank you, Phil.
Hey, I wish you a happy birthday too.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Thank everybody.
You betcha.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. And it's official. I'm 54. The time has
Yes,
passed.
you are.
You're just
Wow.
a kid.
All right, hey guys, let's transition to the after party because I actually have a big day
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'm taking my wife and kids up to Hollywood, and we're gonna check out this BTS. My kids are into this K-pop group called BTS. There's a store up in LA they want to go to, and we're making a family outing, so I can't stay up all night.
All right, go to
Hollywood?
the after party.
That's
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Pitter patter.
Yeah, so just a review, we've had as many as let me see here. We actually hit 23, it's like 23 viewers. We have 25 likes overall, and we've had Todd Simpson says, "Hey Tryon, that's really great." Yeah, and anyways, we've had a little bit of conversation in the chat box, and it's been a fun night. And Tryon, thank you so much for the show and tells of your. I really like how you captured the wire and the platform with those little tibs. That's kind of something out of out of the box kind of thinking, not to mention the control systems out of this world.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, anyways, we got a good show. We're going to transition to the after party. We're not going to stop. We're just going to end the live stream. So for those of you who are able to go into stunthangar.com, just go to the link under at the bench and you'll find the link and you can come on into the after party. And the after party is a lot of fun. And I've learned some things in the after party that were unbelievable. Just sometimes we just talk and ask questions. It's kind of like this, but it's not being televised. As they say,
a little freer speech.
Yeah, the revolution will not be televised. So, we be having some fun in the after party, and I have fun in the live stream too. So, anyways, thank you very much for coming in. As a matter of fact, Philip Bailey says, "No, sorry. Hope tomorrow. Hopefully, Tom will fly my plane. My neck and shoulder are not up to it yet. Mighty 5-pound girl, physical therapist, whipped my butt." I bet she did. Yeah, she does that for a living, so she's pretty strong. And Minnesota Mike says, "Get healed up good." Yeah, hope you feel better, Philip. I know pain is no fun. Anyways, I'm going to end the stream, and thank you very much for coming in. And let me end the stream.